So, so you're rolling. That means we're live. We're ready to go. All right. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, I am glad to be here this morning on the Morning Grind. This is our Tuesday time frame in which we usually talk about our present moment practice. So today we're going to talk about how thoughts are things. So it's an interesting thing how you can try to match your thoughts and your actions, right? So have you ever found yourself in a space where your thoughts and your actions did not match? None, yes. Okay, so what's an example where you've looked up and just in your actions and your thoughts were not a match? Sometimes maybe if you're in a situation where let's say it's a sales situation and you've got an agenda on your mind that you're trying to accomplish and your thoughts are thinking, I want to achieve my goal, but your actions are not in keeping with that goal. Or
I've got some stuff.
Okay.
Financially, this happens to me a lot.
All right.
I've got this thought. I've got an Airbnb in Nashville. Okay.
Okay.
Now, mostly, I want to go ahead and sell it, and I'm thinking about what I should do.
All right.
Sell that thing. You looked at me and told me the other day I could buy X, whatever I was qualified. If I got rid of this thing, then I could go buy something in Florida.
Right.
Okay. Now I'm thinking this. Maybe we have a little appreciation left in Nashville, but Florida's going to start to decline a little bit. So I'm very emotional with money.
All right.
I think everybody, what did you buy this morning?
This right here.
What else? See, you probably have you've already had emotional thoughts with money. I think people really, the reason why they don't have money is because their emotions in the moment.
Okay, this is fascinating because you were on my mind about thoughts and things and actions because yesterday, what was Tommy talking about on the show? Talking about dealing with a recession or the potential for a recession. Now, here's the thing that'll really blow your mind about how thoughts and things and observing things in the present moment. So Tommy was talking about a recession. But if you really think that through, your mind and your body don't live separately. So if you have thoughts in your mind, your body cannot tell the difference whether they are accurate or not accurate. So when Tommy was talking about a recession, dealing with a recession, how do you go through a recession? You continue to spend, you continue to expand your business. These are all things. So what was happening? What was happening right there in his mind?
Scared me.
A recession was basically happening because he was thinking about it.
So he's already in a recession in his mind. Now that's not a bad thing or a good thing. The observation is not, oh, that's a bad thing, because to me it sounds like he's got a plan. Unless you think that his mind can literally change the economic numbers, which I don't think it can, his only choice is to accept what is actually happening in the present moment and then make his actions match his thoughts. So it was one of the things I wanted to bring up on the show this morning, that is, if you're going to hear people talking about recession and all these different things, and you have to understand that in your mind, if you're making moves right now as if you already think a recession is happening or is in place, then it's already here. So then you can relax and know that you're taking it as it's coming and make those decisions and make your actions match those thoughts. Now, how crazy would it be if you said to yourself in your mind, I feel like we're heading into a recession, and then not change your actions? Hello? Right? It doesn't mean, oh, we may be heading into a recession in which this happens in a recession, this happens in a recession. You observe the situation, you make certain judgments, and then make your actions match those thoughts. Okay? All right. Well, that's a great question, but I don't think that you can, because the action can't happen before the thought. All things start as a thought, right? So you literally those can't. Now you may have a feeling and then act before you've thought it out. And I do that a lot. that can happen. That can happen a lot. So when you're talking about and thinking about a present moment practice, I would say that one of the skills that you want to focus on this week would be to really try to match your thoughts and your actions. I'll leave you with one good example. When you're out building your business, you're helping your people. In your mind, you're thinking, I need to make a living. I need to get my sales. I need to, because we're in a for-profit industry, right? We do this for a living. But always remember what you're really doing underneath. You're really letting life shine through you. You are there to help. You are of service, and that's where you need to be. And sometimes your actions and your thoughts won't match up, and I'll leave you with this example. When I was early in my career, I was with my sales manager, and we were making calls to talk to prospects about the potential of refinancing. Now, at the time, the lady that I was speaking with was at a 10.5, and I was going to refinance her to a 9, and it was just going to be life-changing. This was going to be a great thing. So we're at the office late one night. We're making calls. And I'm talking to her, and I'm going through my script and kind of trying to figure out my way. And so I'm talking with her, and I ask her some questions, and she's telling me she'd run into a couple of hiccups and had some things that went wrong. And so I'm looking at her credit report, and her credit wasn't perfect. But I was trying to figure out any way that I could to still do a loan for her, right? I was still trying to figure out how to help her get that done. And so we're talking, and she explains to me, she says, everything was going fine. We ran into some issues. My husband had a heart attack, and then he had another heart attack, and I'm looking at her credit report. I'm seeing these kind of things that payments that were missed and things. And I'm like, listen, I said, that's great. We can get a letter of explanation, and it'll take care of these late payments, and we'll get underwriting to understand, and we're going to help. It's all going to be wonderful. Hang the phone up. My sales manager says, what in the world were you thinking? And I was like, I don't understand. What do you mean? What was I thinking? I listened to her. I took her information. I tried to figure out how we could explain to underwriting what had happened here and so on and so forth. He said, Shannon, this woman just told you her husband had 2 heart attacks, and you said, great. Think about that for a minute, man. I literally was paying so little attention to my actions and what this lady was saying to me because I was so absorbed with what I was trying to do and what I was trying to get done that I completely ignored the fact that she had just shared with me her husband had 2 heart attacks. My answer was great. So when you go throughout this week, think about that when you're dealing with your people. Try to match your actions with your thoughts. Take us out, Van.